Alright, are we live? Doo-doo. Let's see if we're live. I just recently took a shower, so my hair is not 100% dry, so it keeps like flopping. I'm like, I hate it like that. Doo-doo. Alright, just let me know if I'm live and you guys can see and hear me, because wouldn't want to just be sitting here wherein you guys cannot see me or hear me. Oh, the Jesus is here. Hello, Jesus. Fusion YouTube, we have the same birthday? That's so cool. Happy birthday, Fusion. Aw, you guys are so nice. Thank you, Spicy Gamer. That's very sweet. Thank you, Vuko Vuko. Thank you, Lightning Dragon. I am live. Great. You guys can see and hear me. Wonderful. What is with this Waffle House comment that keeps popping up on everything? I looked it up. I guess it's just a meme or something. At first I thought you guys were saying something about my hair. Hello, everybody. Have I been holding up? I've been doing okay. Oh, Marv, your birthday is tomorrow? Well, happy early birthday. What's my favorite Celtic creature? Oh, probably, the Knuckleavee. That's a really freaky one. I really like that. When can you discuss Elysium Mysteries? Well, I'd have to check it out first. Yeah, I'm wearing a Charlie the Unicorn shirt. It's your birthday too? Awesome, Nova Gaming, happy birthday to you. Thank you guys so much for the birthday wishes. That's so nice. No, yeah, we were, for anyone who doesn't know, by the way, we finished the main story in our God of War stream yesterday. We were originally going to do that today, but then, Wilda and I wanted to do some stuff for my birthday today, so we didn't really have enough time to do a 4-hour stream. So we moved the Twitch stream to yesterday, and I thought today I'd just talk to you guys for like an hour or two. Oh, Hotspot, thanks for the donation. The Waffle House has found its new host. Thanks for the $2. That's nice of you. It's also Chef Rollo's birthday. Happy birthday! Wow. Nicole's birthday's in 2 days. Well, happy early birthday. My favorite Greek myth is the 12 Labors of Heracles. Hope that answers your question, Bowden. Nico's had enough of this Waffle House crap. Don't know if you saw my God of War comment, but Thor technically did kill Kratos, so the prophecy did come true. You're technically right, yeah, in that first fight where, Kratos basically dies and then Thor restarts his heart. Biggest mistake Thor ever made, considering what happens later. Hello, and I will donate. Oh, you don't have to, but thank you. The God of Hair has found its new host. Alright, is there a God of Birthdays? Not that I know of. To be honest with you. Thoughts on Apollo x Dionysus? Esteban, you are always shipping all these gay relationships and asking my thoughts on them. Not that I have a problem with those, it's just it's hard for me to weigh in. I'm not gay. So I don't know what to think of it. But if Apollo and Dionysus got together, I guess that would work out. Apollo's a big poetry, music guy, and Dionysus is a big alcohol party guy. I think those two would go together pretty well. So yeah, I guess that works. Hotspot, thank you for another donation. Now, for real though, have a good birthday, man. Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you. Do you like Percy Jackson? I love Percy Jackson. If you check out my Lightning Thief review, you'll see how much I love Percy Jackson. What's my favorite yokai? Ooh, that's hard. There's a lot of really cool yokai. I really like the Baku. I really like Oiwa-san. I really like the Nue. Those are some of the top ones for me. What's your opinion on the Velma show? It looks like absolute crap. Don't watch it. What else What else do you want me to say? It looks terrible. Like, I saw the trailer and I was like, wow, like, what are you doing? I also saw that first teaser they put out, and it's like they think they're saying something. They're not saying anything. They're just saying they're stupid. I mean, it sucks because I really love Mindy Kaling, and like to see her do a show like that, it's like, oh, Mindy, why must you reduce yourself to this? Zeus needs help. Don't help him. In your card game Immortals, are you going to make a card based on Kratos from God of War? Also, happy birthday. Thank you. If we did put a Kratos card in, it wouldn't be based on Kratos from God of War. It would be based on Kratos from Mythology, because, you know, for the same reason we're not putting, like, Percy Jackson in the game. We're using characters from myth, not characters from modern fiction. And also, it was some of you were thinking, but it would be so cool to have, like, Percy Jackson and God of War Kratos in the game. Yeah, it probably would. But copyright law is also a thing. I'm not going to tell you exactly whether or not Mythical Kratos is in the game, but I will tell you that I have heavily considered putting him in, and I did make a decision on whether I'm going to put him in yet. The Vilma show is mid. Even people who are woke don't like it. Yeah, it seems like nobody likes it. I didn't watch it because it looked awful, you know, and it wasn't myth related, so I didn't have to watch it. It didn't look like... I love fun bad. It didn't look fun bad. It just looked bad bad. Happy birthday. What's your favorite mythology? Either Greek or Japanese. Japanese for how crazy it is. Greek because it was my first and I know it the best and I've known it the longest. What creature of myth do you wish you could forget? I don't think any, honestly. Even the ones that are gross or really weird, it's fun to know just how weird some cultures can get. Dudley, let me play. Thank you for that donation. That's very sweet. There's no message, but thank you for the donation. How does it feel to be kind of close to 1 million subs? Dude, it is, like, I don't even know how to describe how that feels. It's, ooh. Like, it's been really, really... Like I said, I don't know how to describe how that feels. But it feels really good, I can tell you that. It feels really huge. Like, that's, like, kind of a little dream I had, was that... Because there were times in my life when I wanted to be an actor, wanted to be a comedian. It was always a dream of mine that I would one day, like, reach, like, 1 million people who like what I do. Like, because that's, like, the big dream, right? Like, get 1 million fans or something. I guess then there's, whatever, some people want 1 billion fans, but I'd be thrilled to have 1 million, and it looks like we're getting there, so that's kind of amazing. At the time when I thought that, I didn't think it would be on YouTube, but I'm very happy that it is, because I love being on YouTube. Incognito, thank you for that donation. Happy birthday, bro. I'm really happy I found a mythology channel like yours. My personal favorites are Norse and Japanese. Good choices. In any case, enjoy your day. Thank you so much. That's very nice of you. Alright, I think now is a good time for me to start answering the Patreon questions, but I'll answer this question real quick. When will you release the God of War 3 inaccuracy video? P.S. Happy birthday. Thank you. I wanted to answer that because I'm sure a lot of you are wondering where the hell is the God of War 3 inaccuracy video. I'm really sorry it took so long, and let me tell you why it took so long. Because I got sick twice in December. It actually would have been out early December if it weren't for about 3 different things that went wrong. I got sick twice in December, and, 2, like, I ended up having to, like, change my... I had to go to Europe for, like... My mom had a funeral here, and then she had a funeral in Europe. So I had to go to Europe for, like, the second funeral, and originally I was going to spend less time there, but, like, due to a plane ticket issue, I actually had to spend more time there. So that cut into the ability to get stuff done, and also... One of my editors disappeared off the face of the earth. Like, that was the editor who was supposed to edit the God of War Ragnarok review. But because he disappeared off the face of the earth, I had to... I don't know what happened to him. I hope he's okay. Like, I had to give that review to Shane to edit, and Shane is the same guy who edits the inaccuracy videos. So he had to finish that before he could even get started on the inaccuracy video. But good news, according, like, Shane just finished, like, his latest, like, update on it, and I have to go through it, but if there's nothing wrong with it, then it's done, and I can get it up by Friday, I think. Alright, so it'll probably get up by Friday, I hope, unless there's a problem that we need to edit out. Okay, Alright, I'm going to answer the Patreon questions now, because the Patreon people, have earned that right. Not that you guys don't have that right, I'm just going to answer these real quick, and I'll get right back to you guys. Oh, wow, we got a lot of Patreon questions. Okay, cool. So, from Gavin Lothar, he's here every single month. Q&A question. Happy birthday! That's not a question! Thank you, Gavin. I hope you are in good spirits. If there was a show where two gods went on a cross-country road trip, what gods would make the best pairing? Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. To be completely honest with you, it'd probably be God and Satan. I was going to say Jesus and Satan, but Jesus would just ignore Satan, like he did during the time in the desert. So it'd probably be, like, God and Satan. Like, that would probably be hysterical to see, like, a cross-country road trip with those two. Or, like, Satan and Gabriel. That would also be great. Just, can you imagine? That would really be something. I think that's a show anyone... Well, okay, not anyone. Some people would be offended. But, like, everyone knows about those characters. So everyone who wouldn't get offended would be down with that show, I think. But, like, like, the same people who loved Lucifer, I think, would really like that show. Darkstar Core, thank you for the donation. There's no message, but thank you for the donation. It's very nice of you. Alright, next Patreon question. Novicus. This is Novicus's first Q&A question. Welcome. Which mythology could make a good horror movie setting? Oh, Japanese. Like, or, you know what I actually thought would be really cool... So I actually had a few ideas for mythology-based horror films. One is The Tale of Oiwa-san. That would make a perfect horror setting. Please stop spamming the chat, Immortals Balance. That's not fair to the other people, and I'm answering the Patreon questions right now. So The Tale of Oiwa-san from Japanese mythology would make a great horror movie setting. Another thing that I think would work really well is in Chinese mythology, there's Niutao and Mamion, the two guardians of the underworld, who also hunt down escaped souls from the underworld. So you could have, like, a Final Destination-y story, where, like, someone was, like, supposed to die, but they weren't. But instead of, just, like, random accidents happening everywhere they go, they're being stalked by, like, Niutao and Mamion throughout the story. I think that would be really cool. So, yeah, and I do have one other idea, but I actually don't want to tell it to you guys, because it's the one I've thought through the most, and I think one day I actually want to see if I can make it happen, and if I do, I don't want to spoil it now. I will tell you it's Greek myth related, though. Yeah, I know that people saying just block spammers. I like to just give them at least one warning first, because I hate, like, having to block people out of the stream. Like, I don't know. Some people say that, I need to be more strict. I'm bad at being strict. I'm sorry. So I hope that answers your question, Novicus. We've got a question from Jesus. Sorry in advance if this is kinda long and strangely worded, but out of the gods yet to fight in the Record of Ragnarok anime, which one are you most excited to see? They are, thank you for listing them, by the way, they are Buddha, Loki, Apollo, Susanoo, Bishamonten, Anubis, Odin, Beelzebub, and Shiva. And are you still planning on reacting to Season 2? And yes, you are an absolutely incredible YouTuber. Oh, thank you. Yes, I am planning on reacting to Season 2. I was able to enjoy Season 1 overall, even though I hated, like, the first third of it. And yeah, apparently most people, like, don't like it, like, who read the books and everything, and I get it. But which one of these am I most excited to see? It's probably either, even though these are the first two you listed, this is true, it's probably either Buddha or Loki. For two reasons. For the reasons being, I'm curious to see how they'll fight. Like, Loki is a mischief god. I think mischief gods can always fight in really creative ways. And I'm really curious to see how they're going to handle Buddha fighting. Like, are they going to have him being, like, connected to all things like he is in mythology? It's hard to see. It's hard to tell, and I'd like to see. Hey, I accidentally merged my two sentences together there. So yeah. But like, the way Adam fought was really cool, you know? Since he was a man made in God's image, he could copy what the gods did. I thought that was creative. Oh, Dudley, thank you for the donation. Pick a story for a Team Star Kid mythology show? What's Team Star Kid? I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Here, I'll look it up real quick, because, you know, you were nice enough to donate. Let's see what that is. Team Star Kid. Oh, this is a theater company. A musical theater company. Oh, okay. Pick a story to adapt into musical theater. It's my favorite Greek myth. Do the 12 labors of Heracles. I'd be really curious to see that. That would be, I think that could be really cool. Justin Brown asks, what are your thoughts on the Daedric lords from Elder Scrolls? Like in Skyrim, a lot of them are based on religious and mythical beings, such as Memphala, goddess of sex, lies, secret murders, and spiders, being based on the Sisters of Fate. Molag Bal was based on the false god Moloch, that I actually knew, and Baal from the Bible. And Nocturnal, goddess of night, luck, and thieves, being based on Nyx. Now, in full honesty, the only Elder Scrolls game I've played actually is Elder Scrolls Online. My brother played Skyrim. I haven't played Skyrim, and I've decided that eventually I will play Skyrim, but like I'll do it on stream with you guys. Flirp's birthday is tomorrow. Happy early birthday. But yeah, so the only god I really remember being in that was Molag Bal. And yeah, I remember when I saw that, I was like, you know, Bal is a character, and Molag sounds like Moloch. So I figured, like, I kind of figured out who that was. I was like, oh, that's a cool idea. So, like, I like that they were utilized in the story. What's really interesting about it is, like you just said, like, there's, like an adaptation of Christian gods, and then there's an adaptation of a Greek goddess, and Skyrim is very, like, Norse-based for the most part, but it does have elements of other mythologies. Skyrim's kind of a I didn't mean Skyrim, but Elder Scrolls as a whole is kind of a hodgepodge of so many cultures, and I think that's what makes it really, really cool. Like, they've also got Romanian stuff in there with, like, the vampires and werewolves. But yeah, I haven't seen Molag Bal. I didn't get that far in Elder Scrolls Online. And I guess you'll see more of my thoughts on it when I eventually stream Skyrim with you guys. And I hope that's a fun experience, because apparently Skyrim's good enough to release on frackin' everything, including Alexa. So yeah. All right. This is the last one, and then I get back to you guys, okay? Lassie Ehrenreich has 3 questions. Have you read Mythos by Stephen Fry? Yes, I have. It's very good. 2, is Koalamos the boss of YouTube? You could very easily convince me that he is with the dumb... You can watch my rant video if you want to know how annoying YouTube has been lately. Some of you are like, well, why are you still on YouTube? Because of you guys. I have a wonderful community here. And also, I do still make some money. Okay, like, I just, my earnings have gone down because of the stupid changes YouTube made. But, you know, pivot and adapt. That's how the world is. Do you like, Trials of Apollo so far? If so, you are going to love the last book. Yeah, I still haven't finished the 4th book. I'm like 2/3 through it. I keep stopping reading it to handle other things. One day I really need to just sit down and crash through, like, the last 2 books. But yeah, I really do enjoy Trials of Apollo so far. So I'm very glad to hear that I'm going to like the last book. That's great. All right. That's all the Q&A people. That's all the Patreon people. Back to you guys. Happy birthday. Thank you, Immortal Balance. Hello to you too, Robo Stitch. What's your favorite PJO book? Last Olympian. I just love, like, the whole, like, siege and war stuff. It's something I always loved about Lord of the Rings. Happy birthday, bro. Thank you, Wakakakaka Alice. You had me thinking of Rucka Ali, so I pronounced it that way. Sorry. Is there a Ragnarok in Greek mythology? Like, some people say there is, some people say there isn't. I think Jake W. made a video about that, so I'd say go check out his video. How old are you, 40? I'm 29, thank you very much. I just turned 29 today. Werewolves or vampires? Ooh, werewolves. Let's say werewolves. Favorite PJO character? Percy. I just love Percy so much. Maybe it's because the story was from his perspective, so I really got to know him. Do you do YouTube for a living? I do. Yeah, it's what I make my living on nowadays. I did get to the point where I was able to not exactly quit my job, because my job shut down due to the pandemic, but then by the time the pandemic ended, I was making enough off YouTube that I didn't have to go back to my job. So there. And the good thing about that is then I could put a lot more time into YouTube and into the game I was working on. 29, you look 23. Well, thank you. Leo Valdez says, what about me? Oh, as in, like, favorite character? Leo's my favorite Heroes of Olympus character, if we're just talking about the new characters, like, introduced there. Like, and yeah, he's my second favorite character overall. Feel for yourself. Feel for you, man. I turned 29 in 2 days myself. Awesome. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you, Christopher. Who would win in a fight, Zeus or Odin? Okay, so I get this question a lot. I personally think Odin, because I think Odin has enough power and wisdom to overcome Zeus. Nice shirt, thank you. I have school in 40 minutes, I'm so sorry. Kensei, thank you for the donation. Can you explain Abraxas, Mythos, and Stolas lore? Actually, those are characters... I feel bad because you donated, but those are characters that I don't know deeply. Those are characters I only, like, have come across the names a few times, but I haven't read deeply into them, so I'm sorry I'm not the guy for that. I'm so sorry. Thoughts on Marvel Zeus? Are you talking about from Thor Ragnarok? Not Ragnarok. From Thor Love and Thunder or from the comics? If you're asking the comics, I don't really know. But if you're asking Love and Thunder, I thought he was the best part of the movie, actually. Because it's, like, pretty accurate with, like, the orgy shit and the ego shit and everything. So I actually liked Love and Thunder Zeus quite a bit. Like, because it's like, yeah, it feels pretty much how Zeus would be. We don't talk about Bunger, thank you for the donation. Hey, so a while back I commented about a Stingy Jack movie, The Curse of Bridge Hollow. I think everything that got wrong video would be great. You may be right. Let me, first of all, I love the shit out of the Stingy Jack story, so I just took a picture of your request so that I don't forget about it. I think that could be good, yeah. How can Atlas reach the sky? It seems like in the area where the Hesperides tree is, there's a part of the sky that's just lower, because Atlas can grab it there. And we know it's not because Atlas is gigantic or anything, because Heracles grabbed it too. So I'm guessing that part of the world just has an easier to grab sky, or maybe in Greek myth anyone can grab the sky if they want to, they're just choosing not to. Like, it's it depends on really what your interpretation is. Thoughts on Mayan mythology? It's cool, but I really prefer, like, Aztec. Like, I always had way more interest in Aztec myth. Thoughts on the DC Ares? I'm sorry, I don't really know anything about DC. Oh, wait. Sorry. I thought... I was still thinking of Marvel. I was thinking of Marvel Ares. DC Ares I do know about. Well, if you're talking in the Wonder Woman live-action movie, I didn't think he was executed super well. If you're talking about in the Wonder Woman animated movie, I thought he was executed a lot better. And in the comics, he's pretty darn cool. I like him in the Injustice comics also. That's also fun. Da-da. All right. Can you explain what Ra does after he gets exiled? We don't really know what he does after he gets exiled. To my knowledge, I think he just disappears at that point. If I'm remembering right. When will your card game come out? So, we got my graphic designer Bruce just finished the Greek deck, so that's done too now. So now the only thing left we need to do is we have a small handful of art pieces that are still being finished by our artists. Some of the art had to be like reworked because some of it was that's the problem with hiring artists across like a 3-year period and changing some artists later in order to do higher quality, is now some of the art's not super consistent. So a few images have had to be reworked in order to like feel cooler to use in the game. So I think we have about like maybe 10 images left to finish. And then after that, I think we're pretty much good to go. We found a possible manufacturer. We're gonna have them make a prototype of the game, and if they do a good job on that, and we can get a good deal with them, then we're good. So that's there's a little update on where the game is right now. We also already made a trailer. I'm really excited to show it to you guys when the game launches. Crowborn Chaos, thank you for the $20 donation. Wow, that's really nice of you. Have you seen the No Evil series made by Betsy Lee on YouTube? I have not, unfortunately. It has a lot of Aztec, Mayan, and a few other mythos into it. Her channel doesn't get enough love. You know what? Maybe I'll make a reaction video on that. And if it's great, then hopefully that'll drive more love to her channel. Dakari, thank you for the donation. Happy birthday. Thank you. What mythological creatures are your favorite when it comes to battle tactics and weaponry? Okay, so mythical creatures... sorry, you said characters. What mythological characters are your favorite when it comes to battle tactics and weaponry? Okay, one is definitely Heracles. Because, like, and you're probably thinking, what? But I said battle tactics and weaponry. He's just super strong. Well, Heracles, if you keep in mind, he used his wits to defeat a lot of the monsters. He figured out how to kill the Nemean line. He figured out how to kill the Hydra. He figured out how to kill Gurion. And, so he's really good at that stuff, honestly. I also really like the Pandava brothers in a Hindu myth. That's another really cool one, and they all have magical weapons. So that's and that's there's a ton of really cool stories with the Pandava brothers. And the battle tactics and weaponry. I'm trying to think of a Japanese one when it comes to battle tactics and weaponry. Well, I really like Hachiman, honestly. I think what sets him apart from other war gods is the fact that he uses a bow. He has a sword, but he's more known for his bow. So that's interesting. So there's some for you. This Ting, thank you for the donation. This is Boredom's Aftermath. The account got corrupted, but I have returned. Okay, cool. Are there any mythologies that you think deserve more attention in modern time? Yeah, I think Aztec is kind of criminally underused. Like, I almost never see Aztec used in anything, to the point that I get really excited when even a hint of it shows up, like in Shadow of the Tomb Raider. But I think that was also a little more Mayan, because they called him Kukulkan instead of Quetzalcoatl, so it's hard to say even with that. But I'd really love to see more use of Aztec. I feel like a lot of people are scared to use Aztec, so I think that's the problem. Could Mr. Bean kill the Greek pantheon? Possibly, if he turns out to be Chimedes, the Lord of Beans. Jimmy Banthrall, thank you for the donation. Which mythos has the best god of healing? And happy birthday. Thank you. Best god of healing. Oh, Celtic does. The dog does. The dog does the best god of healing, in my opinion. He's literally god of life and death. He has a staff that one end brings life, the other brings death. So he counts as a healing god. So I love the dog. He's like just such a he's such a holy jolly god. Fate used Aztecs? Okay, cool. I still think it's a little underused, though. Like, yeah. I still think the perfect mythology for a future God of War game would be Aztec, but I don't see that happening, at least not anytime soon. Which Greek god would Loki bang? Poseidon, because Poseidon turns into a horse. How about that? They'll make a little 8-legged Arion. Have you read Kane Chronicles? Yeah, I love it. I love Kane Chronicles. That reminds me, I finished the God of Beans as a D&D character sheet. Oh shit, you actually did it? That's so awesome! Oh my god! Oh my god, yeah, I think we had a convo about that in the Discord. It was like, which god should I turn into a D&D character? And I said, Diomedes. Who are the Aztec gods? You want me to list all the Aztec gods? Well, I'll list some of them. There's a Tezcatlipoca, the jaguar god, who was also the first sun god. Then there's Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, who was the second sun god. Then there's Tlaloc, the god of rain, who was also the third sun god. Then there's Calciatlique, the goddess of water, who was also the fourth sun god. Then that's where it gets a little complicated. Some say Tonatiuh was the fifth sun god. Some say it was Huitzilopochtli, who was also the god of sacrifice and war. And then there's also Mictlantecuhtli, god of death. There's who else is there? There's Xolotl, the wolf god. There's Coatlicue, the earth goddess who was mother to several other gods. We're gonna be here for a while if I try to list every single one, but there's more. There's like Chantico, the volcano goddess. I gotta answer this donation question before it disappears. Incognito, thank you for the donation. Another round, bartender. I've never been able to financially support YouTubers I enjoy until now, where I have my own income. You reading my super chat made my day better. P.S. Amaterasu is the best sun deity. Well, I really appreciate that, Incognito. I hope you know you don't owe me donations at all. Everyone supports the channel, like, just watching, like, a video on my channel supports it. Like, you know, but that's very sweet of you to want to do that. That's very nice. And I'm very glad that me reading your thing made your day better. And yeah, Amaterasu is pretty cool. Not a bad choice at all. Who would my favorite sun deity be? I like Ra. I also like Tonatiuh. Probably one of those. I don't know. Have you watched Supernatural? No, but when I do, I plan to make vlogs on like every single season, maybe every episode, and then I might do a review of per season or something. I don't know. Is Tyr a Jotun? I don't think so. He's an Aesir, so he might be part Jotun. A lot of the gods are. Happy birthday! Thank you. Yeah, you guys are really nice. Have a great day of wonders. Aw. Opinion on DC Chronos? I've never read any of those, unfortunately, so I can't really weigh in. Who would win, Aztec gods or Egyptian gods? Probably Egyptian gods. There's more of them, for one thing. And I feel like Ra or Atum is, like, more powerful than, like, Tonatiuh would be. They have Ma'at, who is incredibly powerful also. So I'd probably say Egyptian gods. If Amaterasu and Zeus fight, who wins? Zeus. Amaterasu doesn't really do much fighting in myth. In fact, she runs away from fights in myths and hides in a cave and cries while the world falls into darkness and dies. Hey, that rhymed. So, yeah, I think Zeus would definitely win that. Amaterasu, like, is a good queen and a good sun goddess, but she doesn't seem like much of a warrior based on her stories. Could Waffle House defeat Zeus? Yes. I'm just gonna put that out there. They could totally defeat Zeus. Zeus doesn't survive in Waffle House. Happy birthday, Andrew. Thank you. The real question is, who has Zeus not banged yet? Amazingly, Aphrodite. Zeus and Aphrodite never banged. You should do a... Oh, there it goes. Okay, you should do a reaction to Smite God reveals and the lore they include in these videos. You want me to do a reaction to every Smite God reveal? I guess I could. I don't regularly play Smite, though, so I'm not too sure, like, if my opinion would, like, carry a lot of weight on that. Opinions on Moon Knight? Go check out my discussion video. I made a whole video talking about Moon Knight. Egyptian equivalent of Poseidon. It's hard to say because Greece, like Poseidon, is the lord of the ocean, and they have other water gods too. But Egypt more has like gods for like different rivers and stuff. Like they have several river gods. Like they have I guess the main equivalent would probably be Hapi or Happy. It's either Happy or Happy. I don't know which pronunciation is right. But they have other river gods too, like Nekbed and Sobek. But it probably Hoppy is the closest one. Have you ever ate at Waffle House? No, I have not. Do you think Rex Lapis from Genshin Impact could win a fight against this? I don't play Genshin Impact because it's garbage. I don't play gacha game scam crap that tries to drain all the money out of your wallet without giving you any fun in exchange. I play games where you buy the game and then you own the game and that's it. I don't play stupid give us more money crap like Genshin Impact. I'm sorry, I really hate gacha games. So, yeah. Airtank! Hey, Airtank's here. Thank you for the donation. Ugliest god in all mythology? Alright, well, Hephaestus is said to be ugly in Greek myth. Bes is said to be ugly in Egyptian myth. I can easily name several really ugly creatures. Gods are a little more difficult, but I know there's this one Japanese god who's like supposed to be really, really ugly, but I can't remember his name. I'll have to look that up later. I'm sorry. Maria, thank you for the donation. Happy birthday. Any advice on how to motivate myself to go back to long-term writing projects I haven't worked on for a while? You know, it's tricky. Like, when you fall out of a healthy habit, it's like, how do you get back into that habit? Like, I've had that same problem a lot. I think the best way to start is, nice hair, thank you. I think the best way to start is to start, like, small. Don't try to, like... The best way is consistency and start small. Like, give yourself a little goal each day that you have to do. Like, give yourself a little goal that you have to do every day. Don't, like, immediately go, alright, I'm going to spend 4 hours a day. No. Start with, like, maybe, like, 30 minutes a day or 1 hour a day if you're really ballsy about it. And keep going from there, you know? Like, keep that routine going, and when it becomes routine, like, you can expand it then. It's the same thing I used when over the summer when I was working out, and I said, okay, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like go a mile a day on this machine, just 1 mile. And then I would go up from there, and it got to the point where I was doing like 4 miles a day, and I was losing a lot of weight. It was actually going really well. Then my mom passed away, and I fell off the wagon. So I need to get back into that. Crowborn Chaos, thank you for, wow, $20 donation again. Who is the scariest god in any mythos you have studied, in your opinion? What makes them so terrifying above all others? One that seems really creepy, honestly, is I think Chernabog. Like, from what I can tell, he's like literally just a god of evil and darkness. Like, gods of the underworld or darkness in a lot of mythologies are typically like, just like, oh yeah, I'm the god of darkness, but I'm not a, bad guy or anything. Whereas Chernabog, like, everything about him seems like it's just an intent to be more and more freaky and disturbing. So I think Chernabog, out of all of them, would be the one I'd least want to meet. Ooh, a lot of donations coming in. Okay, I gotta catch up on these. Monkey Donut Garp, thank you for the donation. Happy birthday, thank you. Have you ever seen the Lightning Thief musical? Not yet. I'm gonna make a video on it when I do, though. Master Yoda, thank you for the donation. Who's the Johnny Knoxville, aka Jackass of Greek mythology and of Norse mythology? Well, in a lot of ways in Greek mythology, it's basically Zeus. Zeus is definitely the clown of Greek mythology. Everyone loves to make fun of him and talk about all the dumb, weird stuff he does and how he goes around turning into animals and banging every single damn thing that moves. In Norse myth, there are actually some funny stories of Thor and Loki going around and getting clowned on or getting tricked or stuff like that. And there was one point where, like, this sounds right out of the TV show Jackass, where Loki had to make a girl laugh by tying a rope around his balls and tying the other end to a goat, and the goat ran and yanked on his ballsack. I mean, you don't get much more Jackass than that. Matt G Official TV, thank you for the donation. Happy birthday! Aw, thank you. That's so nice. You guys are so nice. Okay, I think I caught up on all the donations. When was your birthday? Today. Today is my birthday. Hey dude, happy B-Day. I've been meaning to ask, do you know where monsters go when they die in Greek mythology? Some people say they come back to life like in the PJO books, but I'm skeptical. Love you. There's actually nothing in Greek myth that says they come back to life. I don't recall any Greek stories saying where monsters go when they die. I guess it's possible that Greeks believe that monsters just cease to exist when they die. You know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I that's what I honestly think it was meant to be in Greek myth. Percy Jackson did things the way they did so that they could reuse all the monsters from Greek myth. It was a clever storytelling tactic. Vengeful Peace, thank you for the donation. Happy birthday, man. Also, you should check out a series called Onyx Equinox. Deals with Aztec gods. Has only one season, but it's pretty good. That has been recommended a few times. I have it noted right here on my phone to check that out at some point. But yeah, I'm interested to check that out. Did you see Rick from Rick and Morty defeat Zeus? Yeah, that was wasn't that like season 4? Yeah, I saw that. That was the episode with the, like, planet with all, like, the sentient planet with all the children who Rick thought were his children, but they were Zeus's children. Who would be better at weapon making, dwarves in Norse myth or Cyclops? Happy birthday. Thank you. I'd say probably the dwarves, because the dwarves can literally make weapons out of stuff that doesn't even exist. Like, they can make weapons out of concepts and ideas. The dwarves made Mjolnir. I think Mjolnir is stronger than a lot of the Greek, like, special weapons. So I'm gonna say dwarves. I'm gonna go with the dwarves on that one. Will Immortals release in England? I want the game to release worldwide. That is the plan. Please ban the Beast. He keeps spamming the same question. The Beast, I answered your question. This is your warning to stop spamming. Sexiest god from every mythology. You guys realize how many cultures there are, right? Alright, in Greek it's definitely Aphrodite. In Norse it's definitely Freya, because everyone wants Freya, like, so I'm sure she's the sexiest. In Aztec, it's probably Calciatlique. In Celtic, I'd say the Morrigan, you know. Bad girls are pretty sexy. In Egyptian, it's I'm pretty sure it's Bast. You know, and because she is a goddess of sexiness, possibly, not possibly, partially as well. In what culture did I not do? In Mesopotamian, it's Ishtar. In Hindu, it's I don't think I can say one for Hindu, because in Hindu, like, you know, Hindu's more of a conservative, like, religion, so I don't know if they have a focus on sexiness very much. But if they did, I'd probably say, like, it's either Kali or Durga. Those are all the ones I'm going to do for now. Esteban Nunez asks, besides Hestia, Hades, and Poseidon, who would you pick to be new ruler of Olympus, and who would be their concubine? Well, I wouldn't pick Poseidon, for one. But yeah, so you knew my answer would be Hestia, so you said besides Hestia. Who would be the new ruler of Olympus? I want to say Athena. Athena's kind of petty, though, a lot of the time. But all the Greek gods are petty. I want to say either Athena or Hephaestus. Now, if I made it Hephaestus, then I would make his wife, who is one of the charities, his woman, obviously. And if it was Athena, well, Athena's typically a virgin goddess, but, if she has to have, like, a spouse, I'm not going to say Hephaestus for that one. I have no idea, to be honest, who would make a good, like, spouse for Athena. Is Cert cool? No, he's very hot. Happy birthday. I'm so glad I found your channel recently, as I got a lot to watch now, so thank you for all your hard work. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. What happens if a Greek god dies? No Greek gods don't really die, so that just doesn't happen. Who's your favorite god in general? My three favorite gods are Hades, Sun Wukong, and Heracles. So, one of those. Can you make a video on Pastafarian myths? That's been requested a couple times. I'll try to do that. What would I already answered that. Of the three brothers, Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus, who was given the best gift? Well, Zeus. He got the most powerful one. I don't think Hades ever uses his Biden for anything. Poseidon's kind of obsessed with his trident, though, so, I don't know. Fern says, I would. Oh, you'd make a good spouse for Athena? Okay, good luck with that. Who wins the divine battle royale? Well, if only polytheistic gods are competing, then I'd say either Shiva or Chaos. Who would the Waffle House god be? Oh my god, you people. Maybe the goddess of food. Yeah, the goddess of food from Japanese myth, because she just pukes up all her food, and that's Waffle House quality for you. What's your opinion on Asura Man? Oh, Asura's Wrath. I haven't played Asura's Wrath. When I do, I'll stream it. Which mythology do you want the next God of War to take place? Well, if I get to pick, it's going to be Aztec. But as some people have pointed out, it's probably going to be Chinese. Because I think Aztec would fit in a God of War absolutely perfectly. I got friend zoned today. Happy birthday. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But, don't force it. Like, I used to be a guy who complained about the friend zone as well, but the truth is, like, sometimes it's just not meant to be. And eventually, life can really surprise you when you find out what is meant to be, and it surprises you in a good way. Happy birthday, thank you. What is the difference between the Jotuns and the Giants from Greek myth? Well, the Giants, or Gigantus from Greek myth, were these immortal beings born of Gaia and Tartarus, created to directly counter the Greek gods. Now, they are described in myth as having, like, dragons for feet. Rick Riordan, like, adapted that as having the feet of dragons, which I think works. So, they're, like, insanely powerful, but they did lose the war because the gods teamed up with, like, Heracles and I think some other heroes. Whereas Jotuns in Norse myth, first of all, there's several different races of them, several different sizes of them, and several different categories of them, because there are Jotuns who are gods, and then there are Jotuns who are just regular giants, and there are Jotuns who are sorcerers, Jotuns who are tricksters, and Jotuns who are just like regular guys also. Like, there's earth giants, stone giants, mountain giants, frost giants, fire giants. It's like the Gigantus in Greek myth were like nemesis of the Olympians, like a set of boss level guys, whereas giants or Jotuns in Norse myth are just a whole world of different kinds of characters. So I hope that answers your question. Would you add the Tarrasque from the original mythology to your card game? What do you mean the original mythology? There isn't... are you trying to say aboriginal mythology? I know the Tarrasque is an actual mythical story, so I could eventually add it in, yeah. I think Ares would balance out Athena, even though I ship... Whoop, there it went. Even though I ship Artemis and Athena. I mean, probably Ares seems a lot more interested in Aphrodite, though. Joel, thank you for the donation. Are all Greek gods of equal physical strength? No. No, they are not. No. Not even close. Is that like the Aesir? Oh, you mean like with the Jotuns? No, the Aesir, are just a set of gods. Like, Jotuns covers a lot more different types of characters than Aesir does. What's your second favorite Egyptian god? Okay, so my number 1 is Anubis. Who's my number 2? I've never really had to think of that. I really like Bast. It's probably Bast. Let's go with Bast. I love Athena. Good for you. The Tarask is also in D&D. I do know that. Yeah, it is stupid strong. Hi, birthday man. Hello. Have you ever seen the channel John Solo? I have. Yeah, he's really good. Would you say your card game could be fun with family? Yes, I would. Like, some people think my card game is like going to be insanely deep and complicated. It's not. I intentionally tried to make it like kind of easy to pick, simple to pick up. I wanted the game to be easy to learn, hard to master, is what I wanted it to be. And I think I accomplished that. I think I did. But you guys will let me know when it comes out. I'm just imagining walking into Afelhouse and seeing a shrine to Annapurna. Oh, God. People keep asking how old I am. I'm 29 now. Alex, thank you for the donation. Thank you for making awesome videos. You make mythology interesting in a way school never could. I always learn a lot from your videos. Happy birthday. You guys are the sweetest. Thank you so much, Alex. No, yeah, a lot of people have said they prefer my channel to school. I didn't really like school either, to be honest with you. But, you know, it's very touching when you guys say stuff like that. And I actually have had a couple of teachers reach out and ask if they can show my videos in their classes, and that just means the world to me. So it's very, very nice. Strongest Japanese god? Probably, if you don't count whatever beings are above Izanagi, then the answer is probably Izanagi. Seth, thank you for the donation. Who is the weirdest god you've seen in mythology? Oh, probably Priapus, god of boners in Greek myth. I think he kind of takes the cake. He's literally a tiny guy whose, like, boner is bigger than he is. Like, God. Did you see my question about the Aztec bat god? Are you talking about Camazotz? Technically, he's Mayan. I don't think I heard a response. I didn't see your question. I'm seeing it now. I wanted to tell you happy birthday and let you know they are making an Aztec myth-based Batman? What? Is there a bat god? Okay, so that's your question. They're probably basing it off that ancient Camazotz armor that was found that looks just like Batman. So there's a Mayan bat god called Camazotz, and he's popular and very liked. He's known as the Death Bat. He's not technically an Aztec god, but Mayan and Aztec were very closely intermingled. They even like copied some of each other's gods and gave them different names, kind of like Greece and Rome. Who are Odin's brothers and are they cool? Oh my god, I always forget the names of Odin's brothers. He has 2 brothers, if I recall correctly, but they never, like, they factor into so little in myth, like, I always forget their goddamn names. Here, hold on, I have a book right here. I can answer that question. Boop, boop. Bloop, bloop. Okay, here we go. Villian V. Yeah, that's the answer. As for are they cool? Well, I keep forgetting their names, so that lets you know how cool they are. They're fine. Best hero in mythology? Well, I'm biased, but my answer would be Heracles. I also really like Momotaro and Izanboshi. And the Pandavas. Most powerful death gods. Uh, isn't Pazuzu partially a death god? Also, the Morrigan and Iran are powerful death gods. I think more powerful than like Thanatos or Anubis. Well, there's some answers. Oh wait, Yama from Hindu myth. He's probably the most powerful, actually. Will the Ohio final boss be a god? I have no idea what you're asking, man. Who is the god of light in Norse mythology? Well, I believe, Freyr is the god of spring, and Sol is the goddess of the sun. So you could look at one of them as a god of light. How did you get into mythology? My mom used to read it to me when I was like 3. She read me Doulayer's Greek myths. So that's how I got into it. And then Age of Mythology, the game, introduced me to Egyptian and Norse, and Horrible Histories introduced me to Aztec, and Jackie Chan Adventures introduced me to Chinese. It just kept going from there. What's your opinion on Transformers? Well, there's a few answers to that. I love the toys, I love the shows, I love the first movie, and then the other movies just started getting real bad. Balder. Oh, you're right. Yeah, technically Balder's the god of light. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, my bad. I can't believe I forgot Balder. Stupid. God. What's your opinion on the SCP Foundation? I honestly know, nothing about it. I don't really have an opinion on it. Thank you for the birthday wishes. That is so cool. There was actually an Aztec Batman armor. Let's go. I see why Mayan and Aztec go together. I'm starting to think Aztec is to Mayan what Roman is to Greek. It is a lot more different than how Roman is from Greek, but there is... It's hard to say who came up with certain gods first, but they did influence each other a lot. I think it's more like how Japan and China are. They share a lot of characters, too, in their myths with different names, but they are still way different from each other. Nah, it's a little closer than that. Or it's somewhere in between. Most similar would be Greek and Roman, then a little less would be Aztec Mayan, then even less than that would be China, Japan. So I guess that's how I would rank it. Yeah, look up the Mayan Batman armor. You'll find some interesting stuff. I am better. Give me your channel. No. Sorry, Ohio. What's the name of the underworld in Egyptian mythology? Egyptian mythology actually has a few different afterlives, but to even get to the afterlife, you have to go through the Duat. So the Duat is probably the most similar thing to the underworld. It's spelled D-U-A-T. So there you go, Duat. The afterlife is like the field of reeds and stuff. Does Prometheus have a Roman equivalent? He does. I don't remember the name, I'm sorry. I know all the gods' Roman equivalents. The Titans, I tend to forget their Roman equivalents sometimes. Will you do a smash or pass for Norse mythology? First of all, let me make something perfectly clear. I would never smash a god, because I ain't dealing with the consequences with that. So we're just going to pass on every single character. Hermes x Gabriel. It's non-necessary gay since Gabriel is sometimes depicted as a woman. I see what you did there. Are you asking for my thoughts on that? To each their own. What kind of music do you like? I like a few different genres. I like rock and roll. I also like pop. Some people are going to judge me, but I love country music. I also really like ancient types of music. I'm actually really into bagpipe music and stuff like that. But the one type of music I never really liked, unless it's done in a comedy way, I don't really like rap, to be honest with you. I was never able to enjoy rap, except when it's funny. Sometimes people write a funny rap, and I like that. Wasn't Me is really funny. Does Apollo have a Roman equivalent? Amazingly, Apollo's name does not change with his Roman equivalent. It's just Apollo again. And some people said, well, it's a mistake. In the Greek version, he's actually Apollon. And I'm like, I think I'm pretty sure he was known as Apollo in Greece. Apollon might be an alternate name. What's my favorite mythology? I answered this, but I'll just quickly answer it again. It's either Greek or Japanese. Praise Chemazots. Who are the weakest gods, and happy birthday? Who are the weakest gods? There are some Norse gods who just, like, don't, like, do anything. There are also, you know who's probably weak is the star gods in Aztec myth, Huitzilopochtli's siblings. Like, because there are 400 of them, and when he took over, they didn't do shit, so they must not be very strong. Probably pretty weak characters. Do you play Terraria? No. Sorry. Do any of the Gigantus have names? Yeah, they all do. Let's see, what's some I can remember off the top of my head? There's Enceladus, Porphyrion, Polybotus, Eurycanius, Damason. That might be it for now. Yeah. Can you tell me something about yokai? Yokai are freaking amazing. Yokai, like, there's a whole race of yokai called Tsukumogami. If you're looking for weird shit, look them up, because they're literally just stuff around your room that came to life. Like, there's sentient umbrellas, sandals, dish rags, rolls of cloth. It's kind of hilarious. It was Magnus Chase's death day 5 days ago. Really? Huh. Who would win, Eris or Loki? I think Loki would win, to be honest. You inspired me to read mythology, and I just love your content. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Wasn't Ganymede a child? I think he was a teenager, but either way, it was messed up. Yeah. Who wins, Hades or Zeus? I would say Zeus. There are some myths that say it's inconsistent. Some myths say Zeus is stronger than all of the gods put together, and some myths say, like, Poseidon would be a match for Zeus. But even so, being a match isn't the same thing as beating, so I do think Zeus is stronger than his brothers. Airtank, thank you for the donation. You are 100% correct about country. Hey, got another country guy here. Do the wings on Hermes' helmet help him fly? Not in any story I've read. The wings on his shoes do, but I think the helmet is just aesthetic. Happy birthday from Waffle House. God. Thoughts on Paramatma in Hinduism? Every being, everything, and every god... Whoa, there went the message. And every god is Paramata in Vedas. Yeah, I've heard that where, like, every single, like, thing is connected in Paramatma. I think that's an interesting idea, like, just of all things being connected. Some people, like, use that as a reason to get mad, though. They're like, don't say Hinduism has multiple gods, where it's all one, it's Paramatma. And I'm like, I think you're taking it to a little bit too much of a literal degree. I think there's a good mix of individuality while still being connected to those around you. I feel like, personally, that's my interpretation of Paramatma, but, you know, also I'm not Hindu, so, you know. Who is Talos? Talos is a giant robot in Greek mythology, built by Hephaestus, guards the shores of Crete for King Minos. He's basically the biggest automaton ever. Yeah, Greek mythology had robots. Do you care about consistency in fiction? Yes, I care very much about consistency. I think, like, even if you're writing fiction, you still have to... If you create a world and create rules of that world, you still have to follow those rules. Because if shit can just happen out of nowhere, why should we care about anything going on in your fiction when you've established that nothing matters and consistency isn't important? Who's stronger, Tyr or Ares? The thing is, I think Ares might be stronger, but I still think Tyr would win in a fight. What are Hephaestus's best creations? Ooh, the net that captured Ares and Aphrodite. I love a good revenge story, honestly. The two robots that help him around his lab. I always think of that as really wholesome. So yeah, there's a couple answers. Ooh, also the golden doggo. Making doggos is always a good thing. Hermes' reaction to airplanes. His cape gets sucked into the propeller. No capes. Set versus Horus is the origin of ranch. Oh, why you gotta take us there, man? Have you played Last of Us and watched the show? I have played Last of Us, haven't watched the show yet. I very much liked the first game. I hated the second game's story. I liked everything else about the second game, but I hated the story. And I hear the show's good, so that's cool. Could Henry Stickmin from the Henry Stickmin collection beat Zeus? I have no idea who Henry Stickmin is. I'm sorry. If the 12 Olympians were to fight, who would come out on top? I personally think Hephaestus, because he just invents something to protect himself or make faulty lightning bolts for Zeus. You got a point there. But even if Hephaestus isn't making bolts for Zeus anymore, Zeus still has the Master Bolt. So I do think it would be Zeus. Oh, it's been over an hour, and I do have some stuff to get to. So actually, let me check one thing. See if I have to be somewhere. Okay, I got a little time. I'm going to try to blast through the chat. What's Poseidon's wife's name and how strong is she? Poseidon's wife's name is Amphitrite. Yeah, Amphitrite. I don't think she's that strong. There's nothing that really says she's super strong. But yeah, there's the wife's name. How strong is the bolt? It's like an end level weapon. I think it could potentially go up against Mjolnir, but I still think Mjolnir would win. Which Norse god would Amaterasu bang? God damn it. Manny, because she's got a thing for moon gods. There you go. I published my first book, oh my god, called Heroes of Gibbon, Book 1, The Blade. Okay, I will check that out. Air Tank, thank you for the donation. Happy birthday. Thank you. Who is the youngest god I know? Well, it would probably be one of the Greek heroes that became a god, because technically those would be the youngest. Probably Helen. I think that's the youngest one I know of. Because the Trojan War is like one of the last Greek myth stories, and Helen ascended to godhood. So, yeah, I'd say Helen. Why are the four Tezcatlipoca called that? Are there four Tezcatlipoca? I only know of one. Sorry, that one's beyond me. Do you think they can add figures from mytho history like Alexander the Great and Cleopatra into your game? Yes. Actually, Cleopatra's already been revealed. So yeah, we do have some historical characters in the game. You stream? Yeah, I stream with my buddy on Wednesdays. We stream like mythological-based games like Assassin's Creed, God of War, Uncharted, stuff like that. Is Ptah important? Well, he created all of the creatures of the world, so yeah, I'd say he kind of is. I already answered the Odin or Zeus question. Imagine brewing a beer for a random dog because a dog is hunting. I already answered the Amaterasu. Which Greek god would Amaterasu bang? I'm sure Apollo would seduce her, so there you go. Or maybe she'd bang Zeus against her will. Who would win, Kratos or Sun Wukong? Sun Wukong. It's you can't beat Sun Wukong. Like, you'd have to be Buddha to beat Sun Wukong. Hecate versus the Egyptian magic goddess. Who counts as the magic goddess in Egyptian? Let's just say Hecate for now. I published a book too. It's called Tales to Thrill. How many many authors do I have in my audience? Jesus. That's so cool. Could Odin's spear beat Mjolnir? I don't think so. Is Artemis goddess of the moon? She is, yeah. Greek mythology has like 5 goddesses of the moon. There's Artemis, Selene, Phoebe, Hecate. Like, moon. How does Helen of Troy become a god? I think Zeus made her a god after the war because she's his daughter. Favorite genre of book? Adventure. Heracles versus Achilles. Who wins? I think Heracles, because Achilles' body can't be pierced, but neither could the Nemean lions. So, you know. I think he'd just employ that same tactic. Happy birthday, thank you. Heka is goddess of magic in Egyptian mythos. Yeah, I guess Heka would be the one. Yeah. Yeah, I was weighing it against a few gods. Yeah, I think Heka's the way to go. Alright, I'm still going to say Hecate. Heka versus Hecate. Isn't that hilarious? Isn't it weird that some Greek myths relate to 2023? I'm going to need you to expand on that. Who would win, Sun Wukong or Six-Eared Macaque? Well, I mean, they have the exact same powers, so stand still. I mean, just read the story. They fought. There, you get your answer there. It's also Point Crow's birthday. Happy birthday, Point Crow. But he is also immortal. Are you talking about Kratos? Well, in the God of War franchise, they've established that Greek gods can kill each other, so I think it stands to reason that Chinese gods could also kill Greek gods. So, yeah. I already answered the Six-Eared Macaque question. Could Zeus win against Sun Wukong? No. Opinion on Metallo from DC? You mean the guy with the kryptonite heart? He's fine. I don't have much more thoughts on him, honestly. How did Zeus lose his lightning bolt? It never really says. Like, he might still have it somewhere. Do you play Zelda? I played Twilight Princess, and I played some Breath of the Wild. To make a video on Neo? I will. In the future, I'll do a video on Neo. I really like Neo. Do you think you can do a Zeus cover of Candy Shop? Oh my god. I'm not really a singer, but I could try. I'm not going to sing it here because then we get copyright claimed. OMG, it's Pog Day to birthday. Okay. Which pantheon do you think is the most overpowered? Christianity. Our God is literally omnipotent. That's overpowered. Gone Hunter, thank you for the donation. Isis is the magic goddess now. Yeah, Isis is also one. That's why I was trying to think who would count as the magic god in Egyptian myth, because there's a few different answers you could go with. Isis could probably beat Hecate. Hecate could probably beat Heka. It's complicated. See, that's why I was having trouble deciding who it would be. Did you play Alan Wake? No, I didn't. Do you like Lord of the Rings? I love Lord of the Rings. Have you ever read World War Hulk? I love him. I've got him over there. Like, I wish I could reach him. But yeah, I love World War Hulk. My favorite is Planet Hulk, though. I like Planet Hulk better. Which is why I was so mad at the end of She-Hulk when I saw what they did. I was like, oh, fuck you. Can you speak the language of Jormungandr? Ooh, ooh. There you go. What does Njord do? Njord has very pretty toes, and they help him find women to marry. I didn't make that up. That's actually a Norse story. Njord is the god of sea and storms. He's also king of the Vanir. Shout out to Orlando. Shut up! There you go, Orlando. Okay, I think I'm going to have to wrap it up here. It's been an hour and 15. So yeah, can you tell me any more about Egyptian gods? My god, there's... You know what? If you want to learn about Egyptian gods... Hold on. In a fun way, read this. I just recently got this. This is great. This is a really, really entertaining book. Read that. You want to learn more about Egyptian gods? There you go. Alright, what about the Percy Jackson TV show? It's not out yet. What do you want me to say? Oh, did I hurt your ears with the shout out? I'm sorry. I haven't played Monster Hunter, no. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for the birthday wishes. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for engaging with me and joining me for the Q&A. I really love interacting with you guys. It's honestly like probably my favorite part of this whole job. I love the community I built so much. I think VidCon is in June or July. I'm going to try to go this year, see if I run into any of you. You know, actually, I got recognized while I was in Europe. That was actually kind of amazing. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, you guys are really sweet. I've got birthday stuff to do. Also, I'm tired and I need to eat some food so I can have energy for the rest of the day. But yeah, thank you guys so much. You guys are really, really nice. You guys are so nice. Honestly, I'm really lucky to be in the position I'm in. I know I rant at YouTube a lot, but there's a lot of great pros to being on YouTube. And hopefully the God of War 3 Inaccuracy video will be out by the end of the week, so look forward to that. I do not know how to end videos.